Work, 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 work. Always work. I love it. July 23, 2024, a year that's going to live in history. Be there, be square. Um, I read, yeah, again, every hour and stuff. Yesterday was a huge day. Agent Hanuman visited and listened to me blather on about my vision more than I thought he would. So I guess maybe he's on board now. I don't know. He's off on the road again. He's always traveling. So I've been meeting people. Oh yeah, I'm registered on Alignable for some kind of mastermind thing. I have a suspicion it's going to turn out to actually be a webinar, but that's okay. You can always learn something. And something about it's supposed to be the E-myth mastermind. That's it. And I'm not exactly sure what they're defining E-myth as. So it might have to do with emotions, but um, yeah. But I've got a little bit of time here. It's a little after 9. It kicks off at 10. Um, so I thought I'd do some recording. Yeah, so I've been starting to meet people that seem enthusiastic or at least interested in the value proposition I'm making to be part of a incredibly innovative and powerful startup company um, based on Web3 initially. And okay, so people know very little, almost nothing. What they know, I won't say wrong, what they know about Web3 is incorrect, or at least not where it's at, not what it's about. So I've started getting a list of YouTube videos that are kind of prerequisites or whatever, and that I can point people to or send in an email or whatever, and we'll bring them up to speed with where I'm at and why I'm so excited. See, I'm excited. Can't you tell? Sure you can. Yeah, baby. So fun and joy, y'all. That's what it's about. Fun and joy. Life, daily life. So so yeah, I'm starting. It's kind of becoming kind of a maybe a 101 class. Um, Although there's one video in particular I'm going to constantly point people to that takes you from. I mean, it's like okay, I guess I'll fast forward for me. Um, Been there, done that. But they cover from like the start of the Web 1.0, and mention some of the technologies. Um, and then into Web 3 and some of the power Web3 is going to have. I mean, it's a social revolution. It's going to be a social revolution. People are empowered. They can liberate themselves from Google and Microsoft and all that. And I'm sure like Microsoft will try to have a presence in Web3, but people could take it or leave it. And I suspect people more and more will leave it. Um, yeah, enough said about that. And I like to not dwell on negative things, but yeah, so people need to be willing to have an entrepreneurial spirit. I don't want wage slaves. I don't want employees. Go make your $140,000 a year if you think that's going to take you where you want to go. I don't believe it will, but you got to learn that for yourself. Maybe we're working on offering a better alternative. And yeah, it's striking me more and more unless we get really good at monetizing just about every little piece. Um, there's going to be more and more costs that have nothing to do with line of business or nothing directly to do with line of business. Yet it's this new corporate culture I'm trying to structure, I'm trying to set up. And that is you don't expect a paycheck. Don't expect a paycheck. I mean, expect support. We'll have some kind of mechanism that, if you need 4,000 a month or something, and you've certainly earned it, you can withdraw that. But we don't want a rug pull, which means you agree not to get $1 million in a token, freak out, FOMO or whatever, and sell it, dump it. We don't pump and dump. We don't rug pull. So there is a certain amount you got to be willing to hold it for a while. But the flip side is there's no loss to that. There's no uh, because we're creating value. So so holding your pay or your shares, like say 2 years, you get like 100x. So it's worth X amount now. It's worth a million now. 2 years from now, it'll probably be worth 10 million. Okay. Can you hold on to your million to get 10 million? See, we're blowing away 20th century financial crap. You know, I won't get into that. But yes, that's a huge part of the market, but that's not where we're going for. We sell entertainment. This is a new way of publishing entertainment or I'm a producer, I'm a publisher, I'm many things. I've kept an eye on the billionaire sets and how they've made their money for 50 years or more. And my vision is a hybrid of those. There's a lot of money been made in entertainment, wouldn't you think? If um, if I have to pick one word, I would say Disney. So, so yeah, so really, people need to be willing to learn and they need to be willing to do the work. But at this point, I'm really needing project managers, and I'm finding some people with some background in project management, and it might be very appropriate for them to do project management. And we're an IoT company, we're a Web3 company, so we don't need to be in the same physical location. I had such a great IT career, but I'm a lifelong innovative entrepreneur, so it's always been about having my own business, my own company. I've been self-employed since 2002. Um, so the tokenization, the monetization, and that's right, I think I said equity pool in our email, and I meant liquidity pool. We need to master liquidity pools, wallets, and tokenization. 'Cause that's what converts it into money. Um, Agent Hanuman said he has an idea for a game, so that will be a spin-off company. Unicorn Mint will spin off Brass Ring Games when we get game production going. And I think about well, see, the thing is, we're not going to make like Trivial Pursuit and that's it. That's our fortune, or Tetris or Angry Birds or something like that. We're gonna put out like monthly issuances of new games, and I get this inspired from what was it? SSI, SPS, SPI. Back in the 70s and stuff, there used to be some strategic tactics games and stuff. I had two copies of Muskets and Pikes. I collect vintage games, by the way. Um, and and there was magazines too that would come with a mini game. And of course, Steve Jackson did huge with mini games in the early 80s. Um, I mean, we could even just be inspired by Steve Jackson. Oh, there's so much with Steve Jackson that could help us with content creation. He's a really great entrepreneur, but not really computer savvy. In fact, there's a funny story thing. He way back when cyberspace and all this stuff was coming in, and the FBI and all these government things that didn't know jack shit, didn't understand anything, but we're looking for threats. Steve Jackson did a role playing game, a GURPS role playing game for playing cyberpunk theme campaigns, and the FBI like SWAT hit his headquarters and confiscated his computers and all this kind of unconstitutional stuff. And it was a game, people. It was just fantasy. It was just a game. He wasn't a criminal. In fact, he's one of the best game developers that's ever lived. Anyhow, I'll bounce this. I should get it uploaded too. So yeah, if you're gonna understand what I'm talking about, I guess you do need some background. But see, that's the thing. I'm willing to train and stuff if you're willing to learn and stuff. But see, the thing is, you got to break the wage slave hourly wage paradigm. You got to get away from that. Agent Hanuman wasn't here because he was doing installing solar panels for $30 an hour. I'm like, what? $30 an hour? I mean, we're talking about like $300 an hour here. Or I personally consider my time worth $2,000 an hour. So, what? Again, millionaire. You want millionaire life? You want $1 million? You got to think like a billionaire. Because I want partners. And our wealth will likely very much exceed $1 billion. I don't know about my lifetime, but that doesn't matter. We're talking big money here. Millions are almost trivial, almost trivial. Don't believe me? Well, give it a try.